Are you able to hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sister, you are.
Okay. The Murli is a very interesting one. How to become a sovereign who has a right to the kingdom of the world. Today we are doing the last part of it, and we have had good churning and good reflections for the first two parts. So let's understand the last part. So I'm beginning right from where we stopped. Bapdada meeting Didi and Dadi. You have your wireless set, do you not? Whenever you want to have a task accomplished somewhere, within a second, you're able to give a direction through your wireless set. When service increases, how much will you be able to do through letters, telegrams, or telephones, etc.? Today, all these things work very well. Tomorrow, they may not. How will you then all be able to handle all this service? You also have to find a way to do that. You will build a hall. You have already built a kitchen. All of that is good for all those who come here now. However, how are you going to handle all the growth of all the service centers everywhere? Will you invite everyone here? The queue will be of subjects. Heirs will not stand in a queue. That is why, on the basis of your karmatit stage, the moment you have a thought, it should reach within a second. It will be there as though you said something and they heard it personally at the same time. You will have many experiences of this, and there will also be news of the others having such experiences. There will be visions, and whatever you think will happen practically. You must now increase the speciality. The efforts of you Maharathis now specially lies in practicing this. One moment you are a karma yogi, and the next moment you are in your karmatit stage. Whilst being anywhere, you can cooperate in service elsewhere through your thoughts. You have to give a lot of your time. The more time you give, the fuller everyone's mine of happiness will become. Giving your time means you're filling their mine of happiness. When you see the happiness of others, you think of giving them even more zeal and enthusiasm. Everyone is having very good experiences. You definitely have to give your time, but the reward of using your time successfully is 1,000-fold greater. This is why the attraction of Madhuban is increasing day by day. This is the fruit of service of you instrument souls. Bapdada's loving meeting with brothers and sisters from different Australian centers. Are you accumulating an income of multi-millions at every step? Do you experience yourselves to be multi-million times fortunate? How many multi-millions do you accumulate throughout the day? Are you able to calculate this? You Pandavas are working together to bring about a lot of expansion in service. That is very good. Are you always content with one another? It is also a very good example that all of you always remain united and steady. True love is indicated when someone says something and the other one responds and accepts it. When others see such examples, they too have the courage to come into connection with you. Then your gathering becomes a way to serve them. The sanskaras of belonging to the one Father and following one direction will establish the one kingdom of the Golden Age. You're carrying out service whilst remaining free from obstacles, are you not? There aren't any complications, are there? When Maya sees that your unity is very good and that you're all very well protected, she doesn't have the courage to come close to you. All of you are moving along whilst considering yourselves to be instruments for service. It isn't just one, all of you are instruments. When you remain aware that Baba has made you his instruments, you will continue to attain success. By churning knowledge, your stage will become powerful. Do you constantly experience yourselves to be souls free from bondage? You do not experience any type of bondage, do you? Are you not able to finish your bondages with the power of knowledge? There is both light and might in knowledge. How can someone who is knowledgeful be in bondage? Just as day and night cannot exist at the same time, so too, how can someone who is master knowledgeful experience in bondage? To be knowledgeful means to be free from bondage. The past is the past. Since you have now taken a new birth, why do you still allow your sanskaras of the past to emerge? How can there be any bondage when you are Brahma Kumars and Kumaris? Brahma Baba himself is free from bondage. So how can his children be in bondage? Therefore, always remain aware that you are master knowledgeful. As is the Father, so are his children. So just take a little pause here and reflect and ask yourself this question. Are you in bondage? Save this reflection for the churning later on, and we will continue reading the rest of the Murli. Do you constantly have the intoxication that success is your birthright? There is no question whether you will be successful or not. Do you have the intoxication of being embodiments of success? Your master teachers. Just as Baba has the qualification of being a teacher, so too you master teachers should also have it. Have you become equal to the Father? Hanji, you sing the song of yes, yes very well. This proves that you are able to relate to Baba's virtues to everyone. You dance with them and make others dance with them. Bab Dada is very pleased to see you Kumaris because you Kumars and Kumaris have renounced everything and have come here and become tapasvis. Bab Dada is very pleased when he sees the courage of your children to renounce everything and your enthusiasm for tapasya. Devotees sing praise of the Father, but the Father himself sings praise of your children. For how many births have you been turning the beads of the rosary? Now in return, the Father is turning the beads of the rosary of you children. Do you see at what time Baba turns the beads of your rosary? At Amrit Vela. You don't fall asleep at the time Baba is turning the beads of your rosary, do you? Shaktis are those who awaken those who are sleeping. So how can you yourself sleep at that time? Your result is very good. It is your luck to receive this certificate. Those from Australia are being given a very good certificate. Continue to water your flower garden with the water of faith and courage, and you will continue to see growth. Expansion will continue to take place. And on meeting Dr. Nirmala, no matter how much Bapdada praises you, that praise is still insufficient because you are a jewel who is worthy of praise. You've become victorious by having the virtue of humility according to your name. You have made all the places free from obstacles with the support of the power to tolerate and the power to face. So Bhagdada is very pleased to see the practical fruit of that. That is why you're constantly in the list of special souls. You constantly receive Baba's help and will constantly continue to receive it. Baba's hand is constantly on the forehead of this special daughter. Constantly keep this picture with you. You also have the love and certificate of the divine family. So this Murli ends with a blessing. May you be a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance who studies and teaches others lessons of the Gita. And the first lesson of the knowledge of the Gita is to be a bodiless soul. And the last lesson is to be a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance. The first lesson is the method, and the last lesson is the attainment of that method. So at every moment, teach yourself this lesson and also teach others this lesson. Perform such elevated actions that on seeing them, many other souls will become able to elevate their own line of fortune by performing similar elevated actions. So remain absorbed in God's love and you will become free from laboring. Om Shanti. So this was the last part of the Murli of 19th March 1981. And now we should be able to reflect on this for a while and then we can start sharing our takeaways and journey. Do anyone would like to begin?
Good morning, Om Shanti sister.
Om Shanti.
From the paragraph of Baba meeting Dr. Nirmala, there lies a crux line. Like, to overcome the power of obstacle is to have the power to tolerate and cooperate. That is like a mantra. To overcome any obstacle, you have to be tolerant. At the same time, you have to be cooperative. I think that's how Didi could bring upon so much of seva in the continent of Australia. Yes. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Yes, thank you, brother. Om Shanti. Yes, that's a very powerful line. To be free from obstacles with the support of the power to tolerate and the power to face. Very, very interesting and important line. Anybody else would like to share their takeaways?
Yeah, so Baba mentioned about the bondage. So Baba says, finish your bondage with the power of knowledge. So Baba says, both light and night in knowledge. So it's like day and night cannot exist at the same time. Baba says, being knowledgeful. So it means, we can free ourselves from the bondage. We can put the past behind. So one thing would be to check what bondages am I going through, and then see if I could, pass them through with the power of knowledge. Because with knowledge, we should be able to see everything clearly. So it's like day, not the night has passed. So
Yeah.
that's the takeaway from me. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yes, that is a very important aspect brought out in the Murli. Just like day and night are there. So if you're knowledgeful, you cannot still be in bondage.
Om Shanti,
Om
sister
Shanti, brother.
family. Uh, the lessons of Gita is what I would like to reflect upon. That is, the first lesson is the to be bodiless soul. I'm a soul. I'm not the body, and I am a eternal soul or a DT soul, Anadi or Adi Swarup. And the outcome of this lesson, if it is a deep lesson and deep understanding, then we come to the stage, that 18th chapter of Nashto Moha Smriti Labdha, that is complete detachment, removal of all the attachments other than Baba, and the embodiment of remembrance. So that's the outcome, and the journey of every soul is from the first lesson to the 18th lesson. So, and that is the reflection which I'm taking this as a takeaway, which chapter I am right now in. That's the endeavor of or the spiritual pursuit of realizing the this 18th chapter lesson. Am I totally detached? I think this question was also put across during the reading session, that to check, am I bondage free? Am I free from all the types of bondages? This is nothing but the detachment, complete detachment, and that will come only when I consider myself as a soul, which is basically beyond the matter, beyond the material world, beyond this limited drama, and in its embodiment of bliss, peace, happiness, joy, always. Only the lack of knowledge, I would say, or not in a complete knowledgeful state, then we come into the state of misery and start identifying ourselves with the dependency on the matter. Om Shanti.
Yes, thank you, brother. That was nicely explained with the 18th chapter. It was a summary of the Murli in the end. And yes, the bondage, the bodiless soul, remaining detached, eventually, all these are connected to our own progress in our spiritual journey. And thank you, Baba, for helping us in that path. And anybody else would like to share?
In the first line, Baba says, the queue will be of subjects, yours will not stand in the queue. So the last, there's going to be a last and big queue. So here quality souls are not be will not be in that stand, and they won't stand at the queue. Good to know that.
Yeah. Yes. You don't have to be in the queue. Heirs will
another,
not stand. He says heirs will not stand in a queue because you are the heir, and based on your stage, the moment you think about anything, it should arrive in a second. That's also what Baba says along with that.
so the significance here is of the stage and not just the yoga. Yesterday, Sakar Murli also Baba brought out the significance of the stage. There shouldn't be percentage of the stage. There should be absolute highest stage while doing yoga with Baba, while remembering Baba. And the today's Murli also brings out the earning the multi-million income and in a second. And this and yesterday Sakar Murli also brought out that the earning will happen only when we consider ourselves as Nimit and Nirman. Nimitta Bhav and Nirman Bhav. So that is a being instrument souls. And that aspect has been brought out today also by Babdada, that when the soul considers itself as an instrument soul, and Karan Karavanhar is, or the doer, is getting it done through the soul for the benefit of the mankind, benefit of the entire world. Nothing is mine, nothing is me, I'm just the medium. Then that's the state where the earning or the income will become multifold, and then it will accumulate the jama ka khata. That savings will get accumulated and then can be used at own will in any time when it is needed. Om Shanti.
Right. Om Shanti. Thank you for that sharing. And I can also see in the chat box, one of the sisters has written, Baba said, don't allow the sanskars of the past to emerge. Past is past. Yes, he's always reminding us about this. To be free from the bondage, to free yourselves from the past. Thank you, sister, for sharing. Anyone else? Any other takeaways?
Baba says devotees have been praising Baba a lot, and then he also have been turning the beats of rosaries, right? I think when we were doing devotion, and now in return, Baba says that he is turning the beats of us children during Amrita Vela. So he doesn't want to see you sleeping, and he's with the beats of rosary, right?
Yes. Yes, that was a nice way of portraying it in the Murli. Said, if
Yeah.
Baba is awake for you, then how can you be sleeping? It
Yeah.
was, it was a nice way of nudging that you better be awake. And also, Baba says that it is you have to make other sleeping people awake. If you remember the second part of the Murli, where we had a lot of churning on Kumbhakaran, and not only in others, but in your own Kumbhakaran that is sleeping. That's what we were discussing the last time. And so Baba is saying that he himself is awake for you. So you have to really be awake in the true sense. And for me, the context is yes, Amrit Vela, but also beyond Amrit Vela. Like the soul has to be really awake. Anybody else would like to share their own experience or any other point which touched their hearts?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
Baba in Murli always tells that, my dear children, be soul conscious, be aware, be awakened, and then you will become master knowledgeful. And when you are master knowledgeful, you are really the master of the knowledge, not only in verbose, but to inculcate and use it in our practical life. You are the master who can use the knowledge in many ways. And when you use the knowledge, it makes you useful. And when you are useful, Baba uses you in the service. And when you do the service, Baba's service, you get a lot of things in return. That is kingship in Satyug. Baba tells, you're not ordinary child. But the thing is that, do you realize that you're not ordinary? Baba talks about remembrance. But Baba also talks about awareness. What happens when we are in Yad Ki Yatra? We are aware what I am, whom I belong. But are we aware of what we are throughout the day, in every second? क्या पल पल हमें याद रहता है कि मैं कौन हूं, किसका हूं, क्या करने आया हूं, who I am, for what I have come? This awareness that I am a soul, I am child of Baba, I am child of God, itself gives enough intoxication that no burden can touch you. You will have enough confidence to face even the deadliest thing, because you are the Master Almighty, Master Knowledgeful. And Baba says, you're also the Master Teacher. God, the perfect teacher, the perfect father, the perfect Sadguru, the perfect friend. In Bhakti, people talk like that. Tumeva Mata, Chapita Tameva, that, oh Baba, oh God, you are only my father, you are only my mother, you are only my brother. That means if we are aware that yes, who I am, to whom I belong, and we are always in remembrance, then a time comes when we realize that yes, Baba hi sansar hai. Actually, if that comes, if Baba hi sansar hai, if that becomes reality in a BK, then you need not do any purusharth. Things will happen automatically. Just like you can correlate with the Navratri festival. It starts with Sailputri and ends with Siddhidatri. That means if you're firm enough and if you're aware of what you are, and if you're if you're following your things, if all your actions are according to Srimad. Yesterday in Avyakt Murli, Baba said, Mansa se Sakti, Mukh se Gyan, or action se kya tha? What is that? What is that?
Virtues.
Yeah, action se gun milte hain. That means, are you of the view, are you in remembrance, are you of that awareness that you are actually providing Shakti from Mansa, that each your words talks about Gyan, each your every actions, people can make out the virtues. So Baba's level is very high. Are we of that level? And Baba also talks, don't worry about your past. past is past. But it's not so easy just to tell past is past. For that, what I really feel, that we have to do some purusharth, not some purusharth, the purusharth as Baba talks about in the Murli. And just now, while hearing the Murli only and the discussions, when the word past came, it came in my mind that yes, in the literal word only, the way of Purusharth is there, that is P for purification of your mansa, vacha, and karmana. If that is purified, then A, you add on with divine virtues. And when you are add on with divine virtues, S, you become soul conscious. And when you become soul conscious, T, you get transformed. That is Swaparivartan se Vishwa Parivartan. That really Baba wants from us. Okay, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and thank you, brother, for that detailed explanation. And in fact, what you were just sharing of master teachers and Baba's support, Baba also said in this Murli that there is no question as to whether you will be successful or not. Because you have to have the intoxication that success is your birthright.
Yes.
Another very important aspect of this Murli, that success is your birthright. In fact, I was recollecting our younger days when we used to study about the Indian freedom struggle, and we used to say, when Lokmanya Tilak said, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. You know, it reminded me of that. And we're here, Baba is saying that success is your birthright and you shall have it, because you have to believe it, and then you will have it. And Baba is giving us all the encouragement and support in that direction. And as a master teacher, you have to not only dance yourself, you have to make others dance. So it is, you have to be powerful and you have to make others powerful as well. So I think these are very important takeaways and messages that Baba is sharing with us.
Actually,
Yes.
Baba and Murli always tells that you are the master teacher, you are deities. It's not mere words of Baba, because Baba is aware of our past, present, and future. And he's not just telling just to make us please, but he's telling the truth. He's telling of your final swarup, that who you were, and you will definitely become what you were. And that is also, Baba has also given the knowledge. Drama is there, and that Swadarsan Chakra is also there. You will become what you are, but definitely you have to do the Purusharth. When Baba says that that is your birthright, that means if you really move in the right direction, as Baba says, definitely will achieve it. It is just like as after every night, day comes, it has to come, it is bound to come. That is a Nishcha Buddhi, that yes, Baba has said, it has to happen. I have just to follow the instructions of Baba, rest will happen definitely. That Nishcha Buddhi should be there. And that Nishcha Buddhi comes when you are aware, always aware. याद है, याद में रहना और याद रहना. याद में रहना, सदा बाबा की याद में रहना, और सदा याद रहना कि मैं कौन. That याद रहना, that remembrance, to be in remembrance and always remember who I am. That remembrance will lead to that liberation of all the bondages, and you really become, and that success becomes your birthright. It is just automatically. It's by default. If you follow if your actions are according to Srimad, definitely the result will be just like what Baba says. And then you will realize that success is your birthright. Om Shanti.
Yes, Brother Om Shanti. Success is all of our birthright, and very important to remember for all of us. Any other point?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Babdada has given a unique picture while speaking while meeting Dr. Nirmala. spatial soul. This picture, we can also use it as a takeaway that Father's help we are constantly receiving, and we'll constantly continue to receive Father's help. Father's hand is, or the canopy of protection is constantly on the forehead, or on my forehead, and I have not only Father's constant presence, his hand in front of me, on top of me, but also I have the love and certificate of the divine family. So these are the two intoxications which we feel and experience. Then we'll always be the spatial souls, which will be always victorious. And another aspect of Dr. Nirmala, other than what Vinod Bhai shared, power to tolerate and power to face, is humility, virtue of humility. I think that also practically, when we have virtue of humility, we are always victorious. Whenever we meet anyone, this humility is a very good virtue which I have personally experienced. Whenever there are some challenges, if you are humble, with humility, people come forward to help you and support you with all the resources. Om Shanti.
Yes, brother. Om Shanti. And the humility, as well as the power to tolerate, power to face, and the hand of the Father always on us. Yes, these are all very important takeaways. And that visualization that Baba is there and always around and always supporting encourages us to always remain deeply connected. So that's very important. Baba Dada also spoke about the wireless set, that when you have something to be done or spoken or understood, does it happen in a second, even sometimes without your speaking? Have you experienced? Anybody would like to share something on this?
I'm sure each one of us must have experienced this, that we think about someone and we immediately get their telecon. So somebody will call you while we are thinking about them.
Right.
That's a common example for you getting things done without even you speaking about it.
Yes, sister.
And especially with mothers, we think about something. In my experience, that so many times it has happened that I just think that I want to eat something like this the next day. I haven't spoken to my mother, and that's been made.
That also indicates the power of the thought, you know. So what you think is what happens. So actually, the thought, it reminds us of all the teachings of how powerful are our thoughts. And so when we use this wireless energy, we have to also be very conscious of what we are applying in our thought. Because the
Yeah.
wireless energy will actually make things happen in a second. And therefore, the focus on the thoughts again becomes very relevant. So I found this first part where in the Murli, Baba is talking to the Didi and talking about the wireless aspect is also an important takeaway.
Another point connecting to this is in the Murli where Baba is mentioning, are you always content with one another? I'm reading that part of the Murli because that really and something which touched me today. You also set a very good example in that all of you always remain united and stable. True love is indicated when someone says something and the other one responds and accepts it. This particular sentence is something which one needs to reflect on. And the good example in Yagya is Dadi and Didi's working style together.
Yes,
There's
very
so much of trust between two people that once it has been said, the other person will have no thought about it. There has to be some purpose for which the other person has said. No, that's the bonding through the medium of, it's the quality or virtue of love. Absolute trust and love on each other. Shanti.
Yes, yes. Very, very nicely said, sister. Absolute trust, absolute love. And in a second, things happen just by your thought. And that's how the bonding happens with the love and unity amongst all the people who are deeply connected.
Om Shanti. I think we discussed these two aspects yesterday or day before yesterday also, unity and love. And
Yes,
with that, you know, isn't it?
yes.
And Baba
You
is
had shared,
encouraging.
you had shared the NCC example.
Yeah, unity and discipline. So these are the three things. Discipline is in any case is required. Then love and unity. With just discipline, just law without love is also will not do will not be sufficient. So all the three: discipline, love, and unity. And this this aspect about contentment, Rakiban brought out very beautifully. The contentment, that is an outcome. Yesterday's, if you see the yesterday's subject Murli, Sunday Murli, contentment is the result. It's a fruit. Bal and phal. Yeah, seva ka bal and phal. Uh, uh, I think yaad ka bal and phal. So the bal is basically that shakti, and phal is basically content. Sorry, uh, um, this bal is self-contentment, that I am satisfied with seva, and whatever service I am doing, I'm satisfied. And the pearl is that others are also feeling, experiencing that satisfaction, contentment. Others who are around me, others as well experience that contentment. That is a pearl. So this contentment is on two aspects: self-contentment and the contentment of the world. World is also contented with the soul, with the serving soul. Om Shanti.
Yes, Baba. Absolutely.
Om Shanti. I
Yes,
would
Baba.
like to add some, cite some examples. Sister Rakhi talked about that what I think it gets communicated automatically, even without any communication. Actually, that is basically a natural phenomena that when your frequency matches with another person, you are connected. And when you are connected, the information gets transferred automatically. That has been scientifically proven also. When earlier we used to use radio, when we just rotate that knob and make the frequency equal to that of the frequency of BBC London, BBC London gets connected, and all the things are coming to you. It is just like that. And similarly, she cited the example of mother and the daughter, or mother and father. If you are very deeply connected to each other, that means if your thought process becomes near about same, and when your thought process is same, that is your frequency is same, and when frequency is same, it gets transmitted basically. This information gets transferred automatically. That's a natural phenomena basically. Om Shanti.
Yes, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes, this is you can say the clairvoyance also, and or the telepathy, which Sanjay Bhai brought out. Yes, very scientific, and we all, I'm sure we all have experienced this. Like if I give you quote my personal example, like my Lokik spouse and myself, whenever there is a something when we are on the deep level, that means that uh, I should say the thought level, when we are totally clean and clear, no, that time whatever she is thinking, I catch that, and whatever I am thinking, she is able to catch it. So that's so many times we have seen. I am in office, she is at home, and just, and most often it happens with a phone call. Like if you are remembering someone, you'll just get a call.
Yes.
You'll get a call, isn't it? We all have experience. There's nothing special about it. It's a natural law of thoughts, law of spirituality, when the two souls are connected. But actually, the criteria is the clean and clear intellect. That is the criteria. Clean and clear intellect. Then this there is a very subtle channels of communications available for the benevolence of mankind, for the good of the society. And one more aspect which Baba brought out, I would like to share with everyone in the Divine Family is, while sitting at one place with the power of thoughts, the soul can travel throughout the globe, all the three worlds. At the conference edge, we have got three worlds, all the three, and do the service and come back. Just don't have to physically go anywhere. So we may not have gone to Madhuban. May not have got the chance to go to Madhuban because of official commitments or personal commitments. So no excuse on that. One can do the service while sitting at home, while being in the office, and tour around and do the service. Cast vision on the Baba's vision on everyone and do the service. Om Shanti.
Yes, Om Shanti, and a very important point you have brought out, and which is very relevant, that you can do service through your thoughts. It is not essential to be always physically around. Of course, that has its own importance, but it is always possible to do things even wherever you are. And that is the power of the wireless, the power of the thoughts, and the power of how you use that energy to spread that peace and that transformation and the love that you're trying to do as an instrument of Baba. And again, I've personally also witnessed this many times, that even when you have a situation that you would like a transformation to take place, or you even need an answer to something that you need clarity about, or you need to help somebody in some way, in all these areas, you can try the power of thoughts in your meditation, or even while you're doing your daily chores, as long as there's a sincere effort to have the right kind of thought and use Baba's energy to guide you through that. It really gives you very, very good results, and a lot of service can be done in that way. So thank you, Om Bhai, for sharing that. And I can also see sister writing, touching and catching powers are very useful in the destruction period. Yes, of course. As so much is going on in the world today, physical destruction and other things happening in the transformation. So it's very important that we use these touching and catching powers.
Sister, I would also like to bring out the aspect of mastermind.
Right.
When we are in kind of groups and we churn the most elevated versions of Baba, Bab Dada, we must realize that this is a multi-million fortune which we are having of churning with the family members. This is called a mastermind, and this mastermind elevates each soul's frequency to the highest level. So we shouldn't undermine this. This is a very important platform where each one of the soul gets lifted, because of their own sanskars and with their own situations which are surrounded by them, which surround them. The souls are at different levels of states, but when we connect and with the Baba in the central theme, then we all automatically come to the one frequency. And then when we know in science, once the frequency is same, then there is a resonance phenomenon of resonance,
Yeah.
and everybody's frequency gets equal to Baba. And that's what is the beauty, and you can tap these resources from that frequency and serve the world. So this is very important aspect of divine mastermind. Not just one soul, but when multiple souls, they combine together with the one thought, that's what brings the Satyuga. The
Yes.
Satyuga, not in the physical sense, but Satyuga in the inner world, we all are at the most elevated frequency, connected with Baba, and that's a time then soul needs to be aware to serve that moment. Just serve the world with a powerful thought. It will happen. It will work. You will find the results practically. Om Shanti.
Yes, brother. Thank you so much. Om Shanti. So we have 10 minutes to 6 o'clock. So maybe any last takeaways before we do the meditation? Anybody else who has not shared so far who would like to say something? If not, let's do the meditation. Sister Rakhi, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So let's all relax. Let yourself completely go in the name of the Almighty Baba and reflect in this meditation. I am going to become sovereign with the right to the kingdom of the world. And as my physical logic self relaxes, my emotional being having a different vibration altogether, I focus on my inner consciousness, my own soul, my bodiless version, the point of light in the center of my forehead. And I slowly realize I have no body, I have no mind, I'm just a beautiful divine soul. And as I exit my body and go higher and higher, I can see Baba's hand guiding me through this process. I leave the earth far behind and I get into the world of universal consciousness. I get into the world of the wireless, where all the thoughts of all the beautiful divine souls of the divine family are connecting to the supreme light of Baba. I can experience my own Shakti form through this journey, how powerful I am. As my Kumkarans are awakened, the light is so strong and powerful. I deeply connect to the supreme light through a direct connection. And I let go of all my past, all my bondages to the world. And I glow with radiance with today's divine connection with Baba. The past all behind. And Baba's voice telling me that success is your birthright. And I'm there for you. And I'm always there. Turning the rosary for you as my special child. Experience his loving hand on you. And experience his glorification through your own glorification. And as you experience this loving energy, you can see the light all across the universe. All the divine souls interconnected with each other. And you spread the transformation of love, peace, happiness, joy, and bliss all across the world. Baba's hand guiding you through this beautiful journey. Just visualize the beautiful vibration. And you've achieved the 18 chapters of the Gita, starting from 1 to 18 through this process. Detached from the world, in constant remembrance with Baba as a bodiless soul. For the next few seconds, just capture this image and experience the vibration. The beautiful vibration of true love, of unity, connection, highest elevated stage of vibration, the Karmatit stage. And you're giving regard and receiving regard at the same time from all the divine family souls that are meditating together. The constant hand of Baba guiding you through, showering you with his energy, his love, his radiance. And with this beautiful energy, I am a pure divine soul. I am a peaceful yet powerful soul. I am a humble soul, yet powerful to tolerate and powerful to face any situation. Success is my birthright. I am the beautiful form of Shakti. And with this beautiful energy, Baba guides us back towards our Lokik self to complete our worldly tasks in today's life journey. And as we return to our physical self, we continue with the same elevated stage of vibration, but use our physical self to serve the universe, to serve the world. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Thank you for all the beautiful journey and learning to make us all knowledgeful, powerful. Have a great day ahead. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Harper sister. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a beautiful day.